3 decades ago, a family living at 20 Ingram Street in Forest Hills, Queens, started to receive fan mail addressed to Spider-Man. They thought it was just a prank.
Well, it turned out they actually were living in the home of the fictional character, Peter Parker. And the crazy part, the family's last name was also Parker. But as Chris Welch found out, the strange coincidences do not end there.
Dear Spider-Man, I think you are the best superhero.
This is a story about letters
I'm in 3rd grade.
mailed to a fictional superhero
Please write back.
who lived at a very real address. But it's also a story with so many coincidences,
It's too strange to me.
it almost feels
Well, magical.
This is first appearance, and then this was his first.
And then this is his first issue. This is Amazing Spider-Man issue 1.
Mike Giordano has been a fan of Spider-Man, aka Peter Parker, ever since he can remember.
For me, Spidey's top of the top.
He owns every issue, but 2 of them, when put together, offered a clue.
The year is 1989.
Issue 316, a glimpse of one half of a change of address form.
You just see the 0 on Ingram Street.
And then you see East Hills.
And then when you pick up the next issue, you see 20 Ingram. And you can put it together and say, all right, there he is.
Welcome to 20 Ingram.
A real address on a real street in Forest Hills, Queens. It also happens to be for sale. Gigi Malik is the listing agent.
So that would be Spider-Man's room.
The very tip top.
Yeah, right on top there.
Now here's the part you won't believe. Strange as it may seem, in real life, a Parker did live in that room. It just wasn't Peter.
We had no idea about the coincidence until quite late.
This is Pamela Parker.
Things would kind of come to the house all through my childhood. I probably would have been around 10 years old when the first letters started coming.
Letters sent to Spider-Man, letters that Pamela thought were a random prank.
Did you know who Peter Parker was?
We knew who Peter Parker was, and we knew that he was from Queens, but we didn't suspect that it was our address.
But if you thought this couldn't get any more peculiar, just wait.
I'm the Green Goblin.
Spider-Man's arch nemesis is the Green Goblin, who, in human form,
Ellie, Norman Osborn.
had the last name Osborn.
I'm Terry Osborn. I lived across the street.
You cannot make this up.
I think it was art imitating life, maybe.
The real-life Osborns and Parkers just sort of laughed it off. But for the fans, having Spider-Man's home address gave them an outlet to say thank you.
It clearly sparks something for people and helps them connect with, this more accessible superhero that you can kind of write to and invite over and, maybe strike up a relationship with.
The Parkers got hundreds of letters from all over the world.
Some of the letters have wonderful quality of just real innocence there, children just looking to connect with their hero.
They saved the truly special ones.
There are some really delightful messages from, really naive ones that children have clearly hand-drawn.
I am the awesome one, but a secret nerd. Please write back.
One of those letters, written by a 9-year-old Mississippi boy whose college dorm now looks as you'd expect it to, Clay Langston.
I lived with my grandparents when I was younger, and then he lived with his aunt and uncle, so it really just gave me somebody to look up to.
Clay's letter is now in Brooklyn, inside a bodega-sized museum known as the City Reliquary, dedicated to the oddball histories of New York.
When we first heard this story, we were kind of blown away by how perfect this was.
Dave Herman, the museum's founder.
You get to look at Spider-Man as this larger-than-life hero, but at the same time, the letters make it very intimate.
One from a child in southern India, one asking for a costume.
But then it's accompanied by the father who explains, this is very important to my kid, and we search for hours to find your address, and we hope this is the right one. So,
And they got it. They found it.
yeah, they nailed it.
And so did everyone else.
Right, yeah, including Discover Card.
Yep, even superheroes get junk mail. Among the collage is Clay Langston's.
That's just like a little piece of me up in New York.
But as to the mystery, the Parkers at 20 Ingram Street, the Osborns at number 19.
I think if that's a coincidence, that is the biggest coincidence I've ever heard of in my life.
Spider-Man's creators have never said. We emailed Marvel Comics, who declined to comment. One prevailing theory...
On those days, you had a big paper phone book. And maybe they just went down the line and said, oh, there you go. That one sounds good.
It is a mystery, yeah.
You don't know.
We don't know the answer to that.
There's no one in your family named Peter, is there?
That will have to remain a mystery.
And Mike Giordano, who runs that comic book store, Royal Collectibles, he put it this way. He said, owning that house would be the ultimate collector's item for any Spidey fan. Well, it is now on the market for just over $2 million. Steve and Natasha, that was...
Mind blown.
Yeah.